God, okay, is very important. That's why paganism, polytheism, atheism is forbidden in Islam. Because when you don't worship the true God, we start following our own desires. And the outcome of following our own desires, I will demonstrate to you is the outcome of that.
Could I comment on that?
Yeah, but can you let me finish the point?
Because I completely agree with you.
Okay.
I think even more than that, when we focus on power or pleasure or honor, we start to worship power or pleasure or
ourselves.
honor. But we can never get enough of those.
Yeah.
And so we want more pleasure and more pleasure.
And we can become arrogant.
And we become addicted, right?
That's
to
true.
pleasure
That's
and
true.
so on. So
That's true. That's why I'm gonna break it down here for you, so to you. Yeah. Watch this. Yeah. So that's the first one. Yeah. Second one, Islam came to preserve intellect. What does that mean? That's why alcohol and drugs is forbidden. You know.
Right.
Thirdly, Islam came to preserve wealth. Yes, wealth. That's why interest and gambling is forbidden. No worries. That's why interest and gambling is forbidden. Fourthly, Islam came to preserve marriage, family. That's why fornication, adultery is forbidden. Lastly, Islam came to preserve life. That's why committing suicide, eating something harmful, killing yourself, killing people unjustly is forbidden. These 5 things, if we preserve it, and in Islam, not just preserving it, Islam there is a barriers. There is a punishment against those who break these necessities. So what is the opposite of that? Alcohol. Alcohol destroys us individually and collectively. Yeah? Gambling destroys us individually and collectively. Interest destroys us individually, collectively. Interest, what it does, make the rich richer and the poor poorer.
Oh, you mean the interest when you borrow money?
That's it. For example, I know you don't have money. You come to borrow money from me, and I study you. I know I'm gonna give you £5,000.
Yeah.
I know by 2 weeks it's impossible to give me back 5,000. So I said to you, I'm gonna give it to you. You have to give me back in 2 weeks 6,000. I know 2 weeks you're not gonna do it. So after 2 weeks, I put more money on you. So what I'm doing, I'm enslaving you, and I'm utilizing your needs to enslave you and manipulate you. In Islam, that is forbidden. Islam teaches us about brotherhood, sisterhood. That if you there's even narration, Prophet Muhammad told us that Allah on Day of Judgment will say to a person, I was hungry and you did not feed me. So the person will say, oh Allah, you are self-sufficient, how am I going to feed you? He said, my servant was in need and you don't want to feed him. You see, so that's why in Islam, if someone is in need, don't utilize his need to manipulate him. So interest, likewise fornication, adultery. That's abortions. That's why there's a lot of abortions.
How do you feel about abortion?
Okay, Islamically, abortion is forbidden, but there is exceptions. Of course, if a woman been raped, then the scholars of Islam said she's allowed to have abortion. Yeah. However, some scholars said because Islamically we believe the soul, the angel blow the soul into the baby in 4 months. So some scholars say before 4 months is allowed. Yes, even it's not. For example, a woman, she got married, then she had 5 children, her husband left her, she's going through depression, and that she's pregnant now, she can't do it anymore, it's causing her, then Islam comes in. Because in Islam we have something called la darara wa la dirar, which is one of the principles that Islam is based upon, which is don't harm yourself and don't harm others. You see, don't harm yourself and don't harm others. So to continue with nice reflection, innit?
Good reflection.
Good reflection. Yeah. So Islam, like, just to make something clear to you, no doubt, these vices I have mentioned, alcohol, drugs, interest, some people out there benefit from it, no doubt. But who are they? Majority of times, those who are in power. That's why majority of times, those who are very hostile to Islam, either they are ignorant or those who are in power. Because why? They're utilizing these vices to make money out of us, even though they know that is bad for us. So the question I will ask you, how man that lived, that's what you have to know, how man that lived 1,400 years ago, Prophet Muhammad, who couldn't read and write, he came with a perfect legislation, which is a perfect for us as mankind. But on the other hand, we have these politicians who studied in the best universities around the world, yet they cannot resolve the problems we are facing, because Muhammad is a messenger of the Most High, alayhi salatu wassalam. So the creator of everything, he knows what is good for us in details, what is bad for us in details. As human beings, when we start legislating something, we have evil desires. We have bias.
Yeah.
To give you example, alcohol is allowed. It's allowed alcohol. Drugs is not allowed. It's okay. Drugs is not allowed, yeah? Literally, I can be selling, I can be next to a shop of license. The person who sells alcohol, there's no problem with him. Me selling drugs outside the shop, I will get arrested. But guess what? Alcohol causes more harm.
Yeah.
Alcohol, many crimes been carried out by people because they were influenced by alcohol, yeah? So why alcohol is allowed, but drugs not allowed? Why?
I would presume that alcohol in small quantities would be less harmful than drugs would be in small quantities.
No, the scientists agreed that even a small amount of alcohol is harmful. Do you know why? Because, yeah.
I'm gonna be a dietitian.
You're gonna be, yeah?
A
Okay.
dietitian.
I mean, I'm a
She's
master's
studying
student.
Okay.
dietetics.
But
So I believe
small quantities of red wine, that's why they say that one glass of red wine a day keeps the doctor away, and the doctors recommend red wine. That's true in small quantities. It's 125 milliliters of red wine. It's good for the heart, lowers bad cholesterol and improves good cholesterol. That's the science. That's the paper.
I'll show you scientists what they say. There's not another paper rebuke that. So I'll show you scientists what they say. Yeah, I'll show you about that. And you know what is it, yeah? Even that logically doesn't make any sense. You know why? It's like you giving a child or someone, just tell him, listen, I know, or for example, even some they say cigarette is good for you, one cigarette, yeah?
no.
No. I'm not saying, some people say that, no doubt.
Okay.
But I'm saying, it's not, logically speaking, if someone get used to one cigarette, is he not more likely he will want more?
Oh, I see. Yeah.
No doubt about
I see.
that. So in Islam, we have, that's why Islam is a perfect way of life. That's why Islam comes in, because alcohol, it get you, you know, you want more. No doubt about that. You cannot control that. That's something we should establish.
How would you feel about things like
1 second.
very sugary things, like chocolate? For instance, you could have some, but you always want more of it.
Like Islam, I told you, there's a principle in Islam.
So is something very sugary allowed in Islam?
No, Islam, something, remember, I told you about the 5 necessities. One of them, do not harm yourself.
Right.
So Islam, if something gonna harm you, then don't take all too much. You understand? Or if you know you're gonna be, it's gonna lead to harm, because we have something called Bab Saddu Dara'i', which means anything that leads to harm, you block it.
So could
We have that in
apply
Islam.
the same logic to alcohol then? Perhaps?
To what?
To alcohol. In the sense that
don't drink
if
it.
in small quantities it's okay or good for you, then as long as you don't have too much, it seems that it would be logically consistent.
No, but I told you, even we block it. Because why? It can lead to greater harm.
of course.
Yeah, so we block it. That's why.
Anything intoxicating.
Yeah.
Intoxication which makes
عليكم السلام كيف حالك اخي؟
allow you to
بخير.
lose your mind.
أنا أحب
بارك الله
الله يبارك فيك.
جزاك الله خير.
نريد إن شاء الله
دقيقة أخي دقيقة باش نعطيهم
خليك تكمل إن شاء الله. والله يبارك
بارك الله فيك.
But excessive sugar wouldn't.
Sugar would do.
But
Do
sugar,
it, but in very large quantities over a very long period of time.
For instance,
I'm
you
a
could have.
you're talking about sugar, yeah?
Sorry?
You're talking about sugar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a diabetic and I'm actually can reverse my diabetes. And I know a lot about it. I know the fact that sugar is as addictive as cocaine.
Right.
Yeah, the effects are the same, right? But people don't understand this.
Yeah.
So in moderation, okay, it's fine because the difference between the two, one is intoxicant, one isn't. But it does harm you. Sugar does harm you. If you take too much of it, yeah.
I love sugar, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
Sorry?
I'm joking. I said I love sugar.
Oh, you love sugar?
No, I'm sweet enough. I don't love sugar. I'm sweet enough.
You're
I don't
sweet
need
enough
sugar.
yourself
I don't
without
need.
sugar.
You call yourself sugar man?
No.
You call yourself sugar man? Really?
Watch this. A new study concludes there is no amount of alcohol consumption that is safe for overall health.
You need to show me the study
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, of course. You can already and from study from the science. But I'm just showing you the quicker one, yeah.
But generally, we agree that alcohol is not a good
Yeah,
idea.
it's not.
So,
No, that's about that.
Biologically, if you consume 125 once, it's not going to harm you. But obviously, that's not possible for somebody who loves alcohol.
That's it.
Obviously, yeah.
That's it. No doubt
You're gonna
about that.
want more and more and more. That's true.
That's
And
what our
that's
prophet said. Our prophet said, both a lot amount or a small amount is harmful. Don't use it. Because why it's going to lead to.
Apart from the health issue,
Yeah.
one thing, right, you need to understand is if you basically consume alcohol, and I've known this, and you know this, what happens is
I never
the
consume alcohol, by the
following
way.
day, they cannot remember what they did, correct?
It's intoxication.
Okay, no, they can't remember what they did.
Yeah.
What could they have done?
Exactly.
They could have done anything.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, it
They could have done
definitely
anything.
leads
Who
to,
could they have done it with?
worse things. Yeah,
What they could have done it with? Yeah, let's apply some logic
Absolutely.
into the
Yeah,
situation.
no doubt.
Forget the health for 1 second, but intoxicant. What does that mean? It could lead to something,
others. Yeah.
killing,
Yeah.
you know, all of these things, because they don't know what they've done. They wake up, they say, "Oh."
And if you ask me, I think even
And that's
the
the
mere
danger. That's the danger. And Islam identifies the danger and puts it in front. Yeah, and sometimes you can't apply logic. It's what the religion is telling us. You know, there's many things that.
No, it's not
I
about.
think it's very, very honest of you to say that.
No,
It's very honest. I appreciate you being so transparent.
Yeah, of course.
yeah. No. To be honest, you apply logic to this. You apply logic to everything.
But what I'm
Logically,
saying, there's certain things in
Yeah.
Quran, in our religion, that
Yeah.
you can't apply logic to.
No, you can-
whatever Allah says,
Yeah,
you
but-
know, but you can't apply logic.
I tell you can apply logic.
To
You know
everything?
why? Everything. Do you know why?
Why?
Now, if you are an expert, yeah. If you do something, an expert, and I know you're expert, I know very well, you're perfect in your job, yeah. Even though I don't understand everything, biologically, by logic, yeah. No, biologically, yeah. By logic, by using my sound reasoning, even though I don't understand the details, I use the foundation. You are an expert. Logic dictates if he's an expert and he's perfect in his job, so what he's doing must be right. What about the creator of everything? So if the creator of everything has knowledge, perfect knowledge, he has a perfect wisdom. So even though we don't understand the detailed information, what we say, logic dictates, he's the creator of everything, he's perfect, therefore he must, whatever he dictates and legislates, must be perfect.
So I think
You understand
what
that?
he's saying is that
So-
something would be not necessarily irrational, it's just supra-rational. So it's not contrary to reason,
That's
but
it.
it couldn't satisfy your reason entirely.
Yes, that's right.
No,
Would that be
no.
fair?
I don't know about that, because why?
What I'm saying is that you couldn't contain God with your reason, right?
No, except if you work with a foundation, like I said, I always mention example.
No, there's no exception in the sense that God is above reason, right? I think you can understand some things about Him,
But not
Yeah.
all
but you couldn't
Yeah, one second,
contain
Akhi,
God.
just 1 second. Yeah,
I got-
1 second. I agree with you. So what we have to differentiate between two things here. About what we know about God
This
and
is so
what,
fun though.
Yeah,
The
what we don't know about God, yeah?
Yeah.
What we know about God, like for example, if you ask me, when you say God has a perfect knowledge, what do you mean by that? It's beyond my understanding. But we understand what is a perfect knowledge, yes? We understand what is perfect knowledge mean. He knows everything in details. Nothing is hidden from him. He does not forget. He has no deficiency in his knowledge. You understand?
Yeah.
So, for example, so there's certain things we know about God, but not in details. You understand?
Yeah.
That's why when we speak about God here, we are speaking about the things that which we can understand, we can comprehend. So that's why I always mention the example I give. The example always I give. Imagine you have a daughter.
Yeah.
She's 5 years old.
Yeah.
And you go to the GP, to the doctor. The doctor gives you injection. He said, inject her. The first time you inject her, she gets scared, she's crying, everything. When you want to do another time, she gets scared. From her perspective, what is in your head is evil, is harmful. It's going to make her cry. And she doesn't want it. Maybe even she thinks you're an evil person. But from your perspective, what you want for her is good. So what you're going to tell her, oh my daughter, the capacity of your mind does not allow you to judge my action. Understand? So you are a human being, she's a human being. Likewise, logically speaking, we know God is the most wise, the creator of everything. So therefore, our capacity of our mind cannot understand everything that He created. However, we work with the frame, He's all-knowing, the all-wise.
Would you say that God is wise, or would you say that God is the grounding for the category of wisdom? So I would say that God does not has an attribute of being wise.
Say again, God doesn't?
I'm not sure God would have the attribute of being wise.
Is wisdom.
He is probably wisdom itself, and we perceive Him as being wise. That would be my perspective.
No, logically speaking now, in order to speak about God, either God tells you something about Him, because like we say, for us to know about God, there's certain things we can know about God just by using our sound reasoning.
Yes.
But there's certain things we cannot know by God except by
We
God.
know by revelation.
By revelation, yes. For example, just looking at this universe, I can see there is a wisdom behind his creation. Yes. So we know by way of revelation, God describes himself as wise. He has a perfect wisdom, the all wise. You understand? Like for example, when they say God is he, they say why is not she? You know?
Right.
But they say not understanding because in Arabic
no
language,
gender in God.
in Arabic language, we say he to the moon, but the moon is not a woman or a man.
The same in Romanian. We
You say something
have,
similar.
genders for nouns like trees and the sun.
So tree, you say she or he?
He.
We say in Arabic we say she.
Okay.
We say هذه الشجرة.
I see.
Yeah. So it's something very similar. But Allah in the Quran said clearly, there's nothing like unto Him, and He's the all hearing, the all seen. So what I was gonna say to bring you back, I think I digressed there. The reason I was mentioning the Islamic legislation, that logic dictates how man that existed 1,400 years ago, he came with perfect way of life. That is a clear-cut proof. He must be the messenger of the creator of everything. You know? What is your background? I never asked you. You're Christians? Romania is a Christian country. Okay. So if I knew a Christian, I would have saved my time, man, talk about Christianity more. Well, alhamdulillah.
What were you about to?
What Christian are you? That's the question. What Christian are you?
Catholic.
You're Catholic. My wife, she was a Catholic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she came from a Catholic background.
Yeah.
She's a revert, alhamdulillah. She became Muslim way before I married her.
Okay.
Yeah. She's a Caribbean, alhamdulillah. So,
She's a what? Sorry.
a Caribbean. She's
Caribbean.
solution.
Okay.
Yeah, she makes half solution, half Italian. Yeah, alhamdulillah. Yeah, alhamdulillah. So she became Muslim, and she said one thing did not make sense to her, which is if Jesus is God, there's few things, but one of them, if Jesus is God, why was he praying to God?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, we can talk about that, but
Don't laugh, yeah, don't laugh. We're just talking about it. Don't laugh.
well, we can talk about that. But could I go back to something you said because it's on my mind and
no
I
problem.
want to get it out.
Yeah, get it out, brother.
I was curious about the abortion situation.
Okay, go on.
So you were saying, if I understood correctly,
Yeah.
that you're generally against abortion, but there will be exceptions. And I think you
Islamically,
mentioned
I'm
that
Muslim, by the way.
there's
Remember?
Yeah,
Islamically.
Yeah, Islamic.
Yeah.
And so, did you say until the 4th month, if I understood correctly?
Yeah, we believe
Yeah.
that, because remember, we are a body and a soul.
Yeah.
Spirit. Okay. Yeah. So we believe in the 4th month, which is 120 days, Allah sent the angel, and the angel will blow a soul into the baby.
The what, sorry?
Soul, spirit.
No, but who does?
The angel.
Angel.
Yeah, angel. Yeah. There's an angel which he comes and blow the soul. Yes.
Yes.
So that is occur in 4 months.
Okay, so,
So now it's a living thing, basically. Now it's a living thing.
Yeah.
Before that, it was not.
he was not living,
Because there was no soul in it.
but biologically it was.
Yeah, but I'm talking about from the Islamic perspective.
So you're
That's soul.
saying that, in a sense, the personhood maybe starts at 4 months, in a sense, right?
Say again,
That's what
sorry.
you're saying. The personhood starts at
Like
4
the spirit.
months. The personhood, so the unity between the soul and the body starts at 4 months. That's what you believe.
Yeah.
And then also you said that there would be exceptions in case of abortion, rape, and so on. Did you
Yeah,
say
if a woman be raped,
Right.
then she's allowed to have abortion. Because she's been forced to. Remember, especially one of the things that can harm a woman mentally is that having a child with someone that raped her, abused her, insult her, that's very harmful. That is going to cause her harm in her life. You understand? It's called, if she can bear the child and she can be patient, then alhamdulillah, something which is praiseworthy, no doubt.
Right.
If she can be patient, but remember, Islam is based upon don't harm yourself and don't harm others. And also Islam is based upon a principle, if there is two evil, and you have to
choose one.
you choose the lesser evil to remove the greater evil. That's why we believe Islam is valid and it's good for every time and every place.
I'm a bit puzzled by this though, because what I would say is that if you believe, let's say that the woman is at the 5th or the 6th month, right?
Yeah.
So you believe that it's a complete person inside.
Yes,
so
now
a
it's-
unity between a body and a soul.
And a soul, yes.
In that scenario, wouldn't you say that the lesser evil is not to kill an extra human?
That's true, yeah.
So, in that sense, the lesser evil would be to not allow the abortion to go on, because allowing the abortion to go on would kill a human. Not allowing the abortion to go on would cause the woman to be uncomfortable, no doubt about it.
No,
But you would have prevented the greater evil of killing a human being.
yeah,
And
we agree
so-
with that. We agree.
Okay.
But before that, it's not a human. Like for example, 1 week, 2 weeks.
Right, so you're saying that this
It's still a fetus.
exception with the rape is only permissible up to 4 months.
Yeah, or
not
even
after.
not even before 4 months. Some scholars mentioned if
But
you,
not
if you can
after.
see the shape, like a human shape, some scholars don't allow it. But like I said, sometimes a woman can commit suicide because of the baby that she's carrying.
So even in case of rape, abortion is not allowed after 4 months.
It's not recommended.
Correct.
Even before. You have to understand.
But it is allowed.
Out of necessity is allowed, yes. Out of necessity.
I will find that. I mean, we disagree on that. I will find that.
As a
difficult.
Christian, you don't believe that.
It's not that I don't believe it, but I think
not as
you
a
don't have to have a religious argument about it. You can have a completely secular argument about it. and
No,
just
I'm
say
not
that,
secular because we're not coming from secular, by the way. I'm coming from Islamic point of view. That's what Islam teaches.
Okay, then from an Islamic point of view,
Yeah.
if you think that it's a human, isn't
Yeah.
it the lesser evil not to kill a human than to make a human suffer? So the woman would suffer.
But I agree with that, I said. But I'm talking about before that, it's not a human.
No, but you're saying that even after 4 months.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say. I said
I
after
misunderstood me.
No, only there's exception to it as well.
Okay.
Some scholars mentioned, not everyone. Some scholars they said if it's after 4 months, you cannot do it. That because it's human.
Okay.
You cannot do it in any
Is
situation.
that what you believe?
No, to be honest, I'm not. Me by myself, I'm looking into it. Yeah. Okay. But there's one thing here. Now, if all the doctors come together, said there is a fact, this woman she will die if she carry the baby. She will die. And now there is okay. You're gonna kill human as well. Human's gonna die. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Yeah. A human is going to die. The
Yeah,
woman.
I see what
You understand?
I see what you
So some scholars said, okay, and now but some scholars said we have to establish because sometimes doctors can tell you she's going to die and she will live forever. Not forever, like forever, but you understand. Like there is one scholar who was mentioning there was a brother whose wife she had a baby, and they told her you cannot carry the baby because the baby is going to die anyway.
Yeah.
So you should have abortion before. But she said no, I'm gonna carry. You know, whatever Allah decree, I will happen. The baby is still alive.
Yeah.
You know, so the scholars emphasize because it's out of necessity, extreme necessity. We say like a doctor's come say, listen, it's a fact, it's well established that if the woman carry the child, the baby will die. I mean, the mother will die. Yeah, the mother will die. Understand? So some scholars said, listen, if the mother would die, the child die. Okay, the mother is still alive, she can have another baby and so on. So you look into greater
So if
evil.
if you put aside the extreme case when the woman would die because of the pregnancy, then would you be against?
Of course, Islam is against it. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, we against abortion.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like for example, Islam forbid us to drink alcohol.
What was that?
Alcohol.
Right.
Yeah, it's forbidden in Islam.
Yeah.
But if I'm in an area, I'm very thirsty and I have no water,
Yeah.
Islam allows me to drink very little to remove the thirst because if I'm going to die.
Yeah.
You understand? It's called extreme necessity. And there's a principle called الضروريات تبيح المحظورات. والضرورات it's called الضرورات.
Adaruratu.
Yeah, you're right. You know Arab, are you?
No.
It's called الضرورات
Yeah.
تبيح
Yeah.
المحظورات, which means extreme necessities removes the prohibitions.
Okay.
Understand?
I understand.
Yeah. So the example of that, I'm very, very hungry, and ham to eat a pig is haram in
yeah,
Islam.
'cause you don't-
If I'm very hungry about to die.